Quintessential Quintuplets was something else. It's a story about 5 identical sisters who suck at school and end up being tutored by the protagonist. As the story progresses, all 5 of them fall in love with him and fight for his affection. The art in the manga is beautiful. The characters look like supermodels. The visuals, voice acting, and music in the anime are phenomenal. This is one of the few OSTs to have an abundance of tracks but still retain a high quality percentage. Season 1, 2, and the movie have about 50 songs. Each season is only 12 episodes. What are you doing with 50 songs? The line delivery of the Japanese cast constantly impressed me. Everything combined to make such a healing experience that I might consider it iyashikei. I watched the entire anime in one day and went to read the manga for extra content. The fact that I was experiencing withdrawal symptoms from having finished the show makes me believe that it is one of the best, if not the best, romance anime. The 5 characters start with basic archetypes. 1 is the Onesan, 2 is the Tsundere with more Tsun, 3 is the Kudere, 4 is the Genki girl, and 5 is the Tsundere with more Dere. But as the story progresses, each character becomes more fleshed out. They have unique desires for future careers, different relationships and conflicts among each other, and distinct reasons for falling in love with the protagonist. Quin's strongest attribute is the harem of 5. Just like how I expect a lot of battle scenes from a battle manga, I expect a lot of romantic scenes from a romance manga. Because Quince has 5 romantic options, it allows the story to have these scenes more often than a story that only has one main pairing. Another thing I look for in romance stories is my investment in a couple, which is built up through romantic scenes. Having 5 different options from the start allows Quince to have 5 times the amount of romantic investment, one for each sister. Both of these combined means you get more romance in a shorter amount of time. The next major strength is the quality of the characters. By the end of the story, I was rooting for all 5 of the options to varying degrees. This is a rare occurrence for me, and it was achieved by the story making the characters great. The way the story develops the girls into 3D characters and creates situations that understandably enhance the love between the characters is legendary. All 5 paths were handled well. The next major strength is that it takes the harem seriously. When I think of harems, I usually think of shows like Rosario Vampire. The way that story handled it was more focused on comedy. All of the girls are constantly fighting over the protagonist, but most of the fighting is comedic. None of the efforts are framed as genuine. It doesn't feel like the author has any interest in entertaining any relationships except for the main girls. It feels like only one girl has a chance of winning. Other stories like Nisekoi only feel like 2 girls have an actual chance. But here, all 5 have a chance because it takes the harem seriously. There are funny moments, but there are several genuine attempts by characters to get closer to victory. It gets to the point where the sisters actually start having friction because they're all fighting for the same guy. I can't say the same about most of the other harems I've seen. The last major strength is that the anime ended. It didn't get cancelled or left in limbo. It actually adapted 99% of the manga chapters and gave anime onlys the same conclusion as the manga. It may have switched the order of some events and removed some smaller scenes, but overall, anime onlys and manga onlys basically get the same story. That is a weakness that many anime suffer from in general. They never finish adapting the source material and miss out on a potential high point, the ending. On top of that, the story doesn't give some cop-out ending. There is one clear winner, and there's even a marriage ceremony. The only thing missing is showing the kids. Like I said before, the art and animation are great, and the vocal performances were nailed. The music is insane. OST check. OP1 check. OP2 check. TV special OP check. Movie OP check. Movie ending check. The story was stacked with high quality components. In conclusion, Quintessential Quintuplets might be my favorite romance anime ever. It just fired on all cylinders, anime and manga.